Yes, welcome back, people. This is Danny Glover, Fight Fan TV Live. We're going to give you the breakdown of this past weekend's results and my thoughts and opinions. So, whilst you guys are coming in the room, we're going to do what it do. So, welcome, Ade 26. So, yes, we're going to start with this weekend. Just gone, we had the boxer card on Sky Sports, and we had the DAZN card in Fresno, California. So we're going to start with Brock Jarvis and Alejandro Frias. Now this was a barn burner of a fight whilst it lasted. It ended in the 5th round by a stoppage. I do think that it was premature, especially as Brock Jarvis was all over the place. Hi, Ade. Was all over the place in the 2nd round. He didn't take a knee. If it was in Britain or another country, maybe in Mexico, it would have certainly got stopped. Brock Jarvis, muscular guy, Australian, unbeaten, touted to win, obviously. He did get the victory, but he could have got stopped. And then, yes, he was coming on strong in the 3rd and 4th and the 5th, but the time of the stoppage did seem a bit unjust, and Frias wasn't very happy. So evidently he now wants to rematch, and right, justly so. At the end of the day, another fight on the card was Nikita Abiba versus Sanny Duverson. Sanny Duverson, he dropped the truck. I forgot his name off the top of my head again, but he trains with Tank Davis, and he dropped him. Big up Craig Richards, Ash Jones. Yeah, he dropped the truck in his last bout, lost some points. Nikita Abiba, White Chocolate, he landed some good body shots, outworked him, and he was able to pick up the W on points. Another good fight on the card was Johnathan Gonzalez versus Elwin Soto. Elwin Soto, I've not really been impressed with in his past few fights anyway. He's picked up these dubious stoppage victories probably about 3 times in a row, especially last time out on the Cotto Billy Joe undercard when he fought Takayama. Takayama was coming on strong after he'd hit Takayama with everything. Takayama soaked it up. He was coming on strong, then the ref just decides to jump in. So Johnathan Gonzalez, who was expected to get blasted out because he'd been stopped 3 times previously by guys, but Gonzalez, he was losing the outside of the ring, outboxing Soto. Soto couldn't really get off, and I was happy with the judges in Fresno, California on Saturday night, because 2 times I was writing on Twitter, oh, I've got this card, but let's see what the judges do. And the judges, for fairness, I'll give it to them, they get the right scorecards. Yes, it was a split decision, but the two, I don't know what there's always one judge who wants to be silly for the sake of being silly, but it was 116, 112. That was the right scoring. And yeah, Elwin Soto has to go back to the drawing board. Another fight which nobody expected, but I had a good feeling. I wish I did a prediction video before, because it would have aged so well right now. Was Sandor Martin versus Miikey Garcia, because I'd seen Sandor Martin fight and I was like, this guy can fight, because I see him beat K Prosper last time out. K Prosper, he knocked out my friend Nathan Wees a couple of years back. But people also forget Sandor Martin also stopped Andre Scarpa in the 9th. Andre Scarpa went 12 rounds with Ahara Davis and lost on points. He's also beaten Joe Hughes as well. So Sandor Martin is known to us over in the British shores, European champion. You know, the American broadcast was like, oh, it's a guy we had to Wikipedia because we didn't know him. But it just shows DAZN, you can't come across like this. You have to be coming across like an aficionado. Someone in your team has to know who these fighters are. You can't be these, old school stereotypical Americans who think that the world revolves around the Americas continent. You have to know the fighters from, Central Europe, the Mediterranean, as well as the Eastern Europe, not just Eastern European fighters and American fighters and a couple of Canadian fighters and your Mexican fighters. You have to know everybody, especially a European champion, because once you're a European champion, you automatically enter the top 10 in the world. So Sandor Martin is a formidable opponent, and I had a feeling he was going to outbox Miikey Garcia, and it came to fruition. I scored it 97-93. Two of the judges had it the exact same as me. One judge had it a draw, but that is what it is. He was using check hooks. He was doing good pot shots, moving around the ring, and outboxing Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia couldn't get off. He's not looked good. He shouldn't have been weighing 143, 144. He needs to get back down to 135 or box at 140 at least, because when he fought Errol Spence, he got beaten up, too small. And Martin is a 140-pound fighter anyway, but he's still, Mikey Garcia couldn't hurt him. He couldn't really do anything. And he just looked ponderous and sluggish, so he needs to get down to 140 and take things seriously. Spanish boxing has been, they're putting their name out there now. Mikey wants a rematch, but it was a non-title fight, so there ain't going to be a rematch clause. So Martin's going to go on and hopefully look for a world title shot at 140. Maybe Josh Taylor. Well, Josh Taylor's the only man to see, unless he wants to fight Tank Davis. But that's just going to be for a regular, which that belt's going to fade out anyway anytime soon. Another fight was Mark Castro. He just blitzed Angel Luna in the first round. I remember I saw the debut of that Mark Castro on the Canelo Billy Joe Saunders card. He had a big crowd, big pressure on him. He looked okay, but he looked very good on Saturday night / Sunday morning when he blitzed Angel Luna. Angel Luna, by the way, he's meant to be durable. He went points with Toka Clary, and he went points with Tevin Farmer. Yes, he's been knocked out a couple of times lately by, more experienced big punchers, but so that was quite a surprise. So that was impressive from Castro right there. Moving on to the boxer show. So we had Hughie Fury versus Christian Hammer. Hughie Fury, he's become a lot more aggressive lately. I noticed that when he fought Sam Sexton a couple of years ago, and moving a lot more aggressive, throwing combinations and stuff. Not a massive puncher, but a stiff puncher, and he's a big guy. Trust me. So Christian Hammer, he was smiling and laughing, but then he had an arm injury, which I never noticed he had during the fight or during the round. So that ended in the 5th round. Chris Eubank Jr.'s opponent, also he said he had a broken rib from Chris Eubank, landing some good body shots on him. Had this kind of different looking style, trying to be I don't know if he's trying to do a Roy thing, but it wasn't quite looking like Roy. But things have gone on in his life where you can't really judge him too much on that performance. But I can imagine he had a lot of emotion and passion. He was wearing shorts dedicated to his brother, and he got the W and the RTD / stoppage TKO win for his brother at the end of the day. So that's all you can ask for. And he did look good. Well, it was normally, he looked best when he was reverting back to the usual Eubank moves, the combination punching, the uppercut, but he was using more body shots this time, which was good. Big up Ash Jones. He commented, Fury looks better when he goes forward, not trying to counter. Yes, that is true, Ash. Hughie Fury does look better when he's on the attack and on the aggression, rather than trying to lean back and stick and move and be somewhat very negative in a sparring mode. But Savannah Marshall, she fought Lolita Muzia from Zambia, I believe it was. Muzia, she came out the blocks fast, landed some big shots. If they was the same weight naturally, then maybe they could have done some damage. They seem very hard, but she's only a welterweight, Savannah Marshall is a big middleweight who has fought at super middleweight. Lolita is a welterweight, coming up a few weights. So it was a difference in effects when Savannah Marshall was landing on her. She got sort of tired towards the end of the first, and then Ash Jones, when he's selecting his shots very accurate, need to see more of it. And Marshall's opponent was keen as, yes, she was keen as, very aggressive, but she was just too small at the end of the day. The body shots broke her up in the second round, and 2 seconds to go, the ref stopped it, which was fair enough. I would like to see, I see Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields are due to fight on the same show on the 11th of December, and then they're gonna get matched together next year. So that's a collision course which is guaranteed now. So boxers got the rights to that. Eddie Hearn was trying to do it, but for whatever reason he lost out to Boxer Company. I'm not sure if Clarissa's going to get that 500 grand or 750 if she travels, but the fight is going to be made next year, which is good to see. I'd like to see Savannah Marshall fight someone like Emma Kozin from Russia, who's 21-0, 11 KOs, but she's going to fight Clarissa Shields. So we're going to see what happens there. Clarissa is due to fight on the 27th of this month. That's in 2 weeks, in an MMA bout, a second MMA bout for PFL, Professional Fighters League, versus Abigail Montes. So she's going to have a fight in October, but in MMA style. And then she's due to have a boxing match in December the 11th on the same card as Savannah Marshall. And that's going to be in Birmingham. Ash Jones, is Clarissa fighting MMA again? Yes, she is, on October 27th against Abigail Brave Montes in the PFL, Professional Fighters League MMA bout. Big up, can't never finesse a finesser. I like that name. Ash Jones, 23 machine. Give Shields her dues, that work rate is mad. Yeah, serious work rate. Can't knock her. Another great fight on the card, probably the fight on the night of the Boxer show, the Sky Sports show, was Bradley Ray versus Jez Smith. Now, he dropped Jez Smith with I've seen the highlight clips. It's going around on Instagram and stuff, with the big body shot, left hook to the body in the first round, lifted Jez off his feet, went down on both knees, got up surprisingly, fought on, he come back rallying, there was trading. Jez got hurt again in the third round, and yeah, he won a few rounds after that, like the fourth and fifth and sixth, and then he got in the last round he got some tagged, a big straight long looping right hand, and Ray come on strong and got the victory. He only won it by 2 points on the judges' scorecard, which seemed about right. Very good fight, back and forth. Jez, that was up at 160. He's too small and too podgy at 160. He needs to be going down to like 147. That's where he was scoring some TKO victories, or even 154. Yes, he got stopped against Lajara, but he dropped Lajara twice, and Lajara was a 147 fighter as well. So yeah, Jez needs to lose some weight, get down to 147 or 154 at least. He's too small for 160. Give Ash Jones that Steve Robinson KO. Did you catch that? Yes, I did catch Steve Robinson. I was just about to get on to Steve Robinson. Steve Robinson, not the Welsh one. This is the Geordie Newcastle one. Obviously, Newcastle is buzzing right now. They've just got their new signing manager, some Arab billionaire on billionaire. But yeah, this Steve Robinson guy, tall, 6'7", same build, same kind of tats, but just a bit less tats. Same facial features. He reminds me of Tom Dallas. He looks like Tom Dallas. His stance is like Tom Dallas. Bit of a big puncher, some big looping hook, which caught his guy Reese Barlow or something like that. But yeah, winging. It looked like he was on the diamond strip in Newcastle. on a Saturday night or a Friday night outside Oso or Mushroom, or on a Saturday night outside Bon Bar or Tub Tub or Lavello or down Jesmond, meeting with Jesmond Jim, or it could have been on the Key at Picture and Piano. You know, we know this, so we're going in. So but yeah, he looks like Tom Dallas, but yeah, promising. Northeast boxing flying. Obviously Lewis Ritson couldn't be on the card due to illness or something, so yeah, it was a good show, decent show all in all. So I hope you guys enjoyed my rundown breakdown of last week's boxing. This week we have got, we know the spots, come on, actually know the spots, come on, we've been there, done that. But yeah, this week Eddie Hearn has got no shows going, and I'm trying to, I can't remember off the top of my head what shows are on this week, but if there are, I'll do another live to break in later in the week to review the up and coming fights this week. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Persistence beats resistance. Always remember that. It's Danny Glover, Fight Fan TV Live, and we're out.